The following podcast is scheduled for no point and is no hold barred. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to podcast. And now, making his way to the mic, coming to you all the way from the beer fridge. He's a campion, sometimes a champion, but we all know him as Cake Champion!
Thank you once again to Chris for that lovely introduction. What up, Big Chiefs, and welcome to the Circles and Blunt Pencils podcast with me, Cake Champion. Circles and Blunt Pencils, the wrestling podcast that has no point. Today, as always, talking about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and what I remember. I don't really have that much on it this week, and I haven't even caught up on Impact because, I'm going to be honest with you, I've actually been more focused on the NBA playoffs. So probably the next couple of weeks, it will just seem like a skim through. I don't mean it to be that way, but it just is. And later on, don't go anywhere, Money in the Bank preview also. I'll have Shit Talker Dick Walker and the Queen of Queens on for that. But first, it's time to see, as always, what I could find that happened on this day in history. The date is May 16th. There's a few pay-per-views, actually. I didn't sit down and watch all of them. I watched a couple of matches from each. That's a lie. I actually just probably watched one match from each. First of all, there was ECW Hardcore Heaven, 1999. So that was 20 years ago. A couple of the matches here. Taz defeated Chris Candido to successfully retain his ECW World Heavyweight Championship. The Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon, defeated Balls Mahoney and Spike Dudley for the ECW Tag Team titles. Lance Storm defeated Tommy Dreamer. That was actually a pretty good match. I watched that. RVD defeated Jerry Lynn to retain the ECW television title. That was without doubt. Didn't even have to watch every single match to know that this was the best match on the card. Anytime you put RVD and Jerry Lynn in an ECW ring, it's always fire. Sid Vicious. Yeah, that's right, Sid Vicious and Justin Credible fought to a no contest because people kept coming out and interfering. Can't remember who. It's 20 years ago. And Taz defeated Bubba Ray Dudley in a Falls Count Anywhere match to retain once again his ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Also 1999, No Mercy from WWF. This was in Manchester. Couple of matches here. The Acolytes, Bradshaw Farouk, and also Viscera defeated the Brood of Edge and Christian and Gangrel. Kane defeated Midian. Shane McMahon defeated X-Pac to retain his European title. And Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated The Undertaker and Triple H in a triple threat anything goes match to retain his WWF Championship. This was at the time when Shane McMahon was basically running the corporate ministry. So when the corporation and ministry teamed up to form one massive alliance, and Triple H was a part of that as well. So the main event was essentially a handicap match for the most part of it, until Triple H and Taker got the shits with each other. And yeah, then it finally turned into a triple threat match. Also from WWF or WWE, Judgment Day 2004. This is just best known for the blade job that Eddie Guerrero did on himself from the chair shot that he took from JBL in the main event. Matches here, Rey Mysterio and RVD defeated the Dudley Boys. Charlie Haas and Rico defeated Billy Gunn and Hardcore Holly to retain their WWE Tag Team Championships. Chavo Guerrero defeated Jacqueline Yeah, that's right, Jacqueline, for the Cruiserweight Championship. And yes, Jacqueline was the Cruiserweight Champion at the time. John Cena defeated Rene Dupree to retain his United States Championship. The Undertaker defeated Booker T. And in the main event, JBL defeated Eddie Guerrero for the WWE Championship. And that was JBL's one and only WWE World Title reign. Also, 2010, TNA Sacrifice. I didn't watch this because looking at the matches, nothing really interested me. But some of the matches here, the Motor City Machine Guns of Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin defeated Beer Money of James Storm and Bobby Roode, and also Team 3D, which was Bubba Ray and Devon in a three-way tag team match. Rob Terry defeated Orlando Jordan for the TNA Global title. Okay, global title, that's an actual thing. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall defeated Jesse Neal and Shannon Moore to retain their TNA World Tag Team titles. Jeff Hardy defeated Mr. Anderson. Sting defeated Jeff Jarrett in, it says here, 12 seconds, so that must have been a good match. And RVD defeated AJ Styles in the main event to retain his TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So there you go, that was this day in history. Now, moving on to Monday Night Raw. Just get up what happened here. Miss TV opened the show. His guest was Roman Reigns. I think Roman said something about not being worried about Elias because he hasn't done anything since being on Raw. Well, basically getting demoted to Raw and SmackDown anyway. It's not his fault. We'll just put it that way. It's not his fault. Elias's money. This ended up turning into a tag team match, and with Reigns and Miz defeating Elias and Bobby Lashley. So Bobby Lashley got to be partners with Elias. Must have been thrilling for him. Mojo Rawley debuted a new look. That was gay. Becky Lynch had a contract signing with both Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair. That was pretty boring. Michael Cole must have had fun. He was in the middle of it all, and I think Lacey and Evans ended up flipping up the table and trying to attack Lynch, while Charlotte Flair just stood there and watched because she's a cat. She's scared to do anything. AJ Styles and Seth Rollins both had backstage segments where they were talking about one another. Didn't really pay much attention. Nikki Cross was back. Seemed normal, not a psycho like she usually was. Because Alexa Bliss apparently lost her luggage and then was complaining about that. And Nikki Cross came up and it's just like, oh, no one even knows that I'm here. Which was true. And then Nikki Cross ended up taking Alexa Bliss's place in the Fatal 4-Way match between the Raw participants for the female Money in the Bank ladder match, which she won. And then she went to climb up the ladder to grab the briefcase, as they do. And Alexa Bliss told her to, no, you stay there, you're not in the match. This is my moment. Rey Mysterio defeated Cesaro, which I was very disappointed in, but I was happy to see Cesaro back, but would have liked to have seen him pick up the win there. How he is not in the Money in the Bank match is beyond me. Cesaro was also bagging out Dominic. I think he also said, I don't even think he's your son, which was sort of bringing up the rivalry between Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero from 2005. Bray Wyatt's play school came back. Firefly Funhouse. But it turned really dark and got really creepy, which is starting to get really good. I can't even describe it. If you haven't seen it, just YouTube it, Google it, look it up. That in all fairness, it's probably the only good thing going on Raw at the moment. Just waiting to see what Bray Wyatt does, and yeah, because he had a secret or had to let something out, and turns out that was it. Sami Zayn defeated Braun Strowman in a Falls Count Anywhere match for Braun Strowman's place in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He obviously had help with Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre interfering in that. So yeah, Sami Zayn is now in the Money in the Bank ladder match and not Braun Strowman. I can't think of anything else that happened on Raw. Like I said, I haven't really been paying much attention to it, and probably will be like that for the next couple of weeks. NBA playoffs is on, and that's, a bit more important to me right now. Especially the performance by Brook Lopez today. MVP. Anyway, SmackDown. Roman Reigns kicked off, inviting The Miz as his wildcard friend, entry, participant, whatever. And then Shane McMahon just came out and said, no, I'm going to use my power here. He came out with Elias. And I think it was just Elias. I can't remember. Who did he come out with? One moment here. Oh, no, he did come out with Elias, yeah. Whoops. Anyway, and then, so Shane McMahon was saying that, Miz, you're an idiot, get out of my ring, and I'm using my power, leave. And then him and Elias both cut a promo, and then McMahon said, since you guys don't want to leave, which made no sense, he brought out Daniel Bryan and Rowan to go down. So the four of them went down to the ring and went to attack Reigns and The Miz, and then the Usos came out, which later on teed up a match between them, except Shane McMahon barred The Miz from the match, from ringside, from everything. So it was basically a 4-3 handicap match there. There was a fatal four-way match between Orton, Ali, Balor, and Andrade. Obviously, just to see whoever gets momentum going into Money in the Bank. Andrade won that, which was very good to see. I think he pinned Finn Balor after his hammerlock DDT. So that was good. Andrade finally picking up a win, building up some momentum. And after the match, he went to go climb the ladder, as you do, to show what's going to happen, to go get the briefcase. But then Ricochet came out, springboarded onto the ladder, hit off Andrade, grabbed the briefcase, and then just ran out of the ring like a cat. The point of that, I do not know, but maybe you will know and can let me know. So I didn't see the point in it. Speaking of not seeing the point in anything, Charlotte Flair coming to the ring and showing a video package of her and Becky being friends and some other shit. It was really gay. Really gay. Yeah. I don't even think she said anything. I think she just showed the video and then left. That was really exciting. Aleister Black just keeps cutting all these promos in a dark room. All you can see is his face. I don't get him. I don't really watch him. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening there. We all know the only reason he's on SmackDown is because his wife is on SmackDown. So they like to keep couples together. So that's the only reason why he's on SmackDown and hasn't done anything. Another person that should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Before I carry on, just a few years ago, it might have been longer than a few years now, but they did a Raw Money in the Bank ladder match and a SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. I get now that you sort of just, you do one men's and one women's, but the way that both rosters are stacked, you could get away with having 3 Money in the Bank ladder matches. You could do a Raw one, a SmackDown, and then the women's one. Because on Raw, you've still got Robert Roode now. Sami Zayn's in there now, but You could have Cesaro. You could have even thrown Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio in there. Even, what's his name? Mojo Rawley with his new stupid look that he's presenting. You could get a match out of that. And then on SmackDown, you could throw Aleister Black in there. You got Buddy Murphy as well. Matt Hardy now, because he's got nothing to do. And why not Lars Sullivan as well? They're building this guy up. That's just what I think. Anyway, it was the 4-on-3 handicap tag team match. McMahon, Elias, Daniel Bryan and Rowan defeated the Usos and Roman Reigns. The Bloodline, as I like to call them there. After the match, The Miz just ran to the ring with a chair and started swinging, but nothing really happened there. I don't think anyway. Oscar and Kyrie Irving. Oscar and Kyrie Sane defeated Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. It says here that Oscar and Kyrie Sane shall now be known as the Kabuki Warriors. Is that right? Is that legit? Is that a real thing? The Kabuki Warriors? Keep in mind, these two are managed by Paige. So, the Kabuki Warriors. Okay, that's interesting. It was a confusion between Rose and Deville. Deville did something, and then Mandy Rose tagged in and then got rolled up for the 1-2-3. The Iconics were on commentary, so obviously the women's tag team championships are being focused on SmackDown because Raw has no female tag teams because Nia Jax is injured, so Tamina's doing nothing. Why is she not in Money in the Bank? Sasha Banks had a cry and Bayley went to SmackDown, so there's no boss and hug connection, even though Sasha Banks probably needs a hug now. And that's about it. Lars Sullivan did something. One of the backstage girls was going to interview him, and then he was just staring at her, which was really cool. And then the KO show was supposed to be on, but Kingston went out and then basically turned it into the Kofi show, and Kevin Owens came out, showed a clip, and then came out. Then Kofi started throwing shit around and let's go. They ended up in a brawl. Xavier Woods came out to make the save. And then Sami Zayn came out to help Kevin Owens. They probably should have done this a week or two earlier. Maybe do a, New Day, Kofi and Xavier Woods versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn tag team match. Televised on SmackDown because they did do it on a live event. And I think Kofi actually kicked Sami Zayn really hard in the head and split him open. So yeah, that was SmackDown. Not much, really. Bit disappointing, especially when Money in the Bank is this weekend. That's what I take from that anyway. All right, NXT. The Viking, what are they now? The Viking War Experience Raiders Experiment. That's what we're going to call them from now on. They went to basically just give up their tag titles because they're a bunch of pussy sooks. I can't put it any simpler than that because, no one can beat us. And we're on Raw now. And they were basically saying they want their new name as well. So I don't get it. The Street Profits came out and then said, what are they called? I think they're the Viking Experience, aren't they? Or the Viking Raiders. The Street Profits came out and then said, Viking Raiders, that is in fact your real name. So then the Viking War Experience Raiders Experiment grabbed their tag team titles back off Regal and said make the match with defending the titles against the Street Profits. And then later on, the Forgotten Sons weren't too happy about that because, you forget the Forgotten Sons. Kushida defeated some Hawaiian hippie. Reeves. Kona Reeves. And Drew Gulak was watching from the ramp. So Kushida versus Drew Gulak. It's happening. Something else here. Gay Garno is friends with Matt Riddle. So what happened here was the Era was getting interviewed outside, and then you could hear people saying, "Oh, what's going on here?" And like they're running behind, and Adam Cole's basically saying that he's the leader still. Blah blah blah. He doesn't care about Roderick Strong, and then Roderick Strong just walked up with one of Matt Riddle's flip flops and said, "There you go. That's what I think of Matt Riddle." And then they had a laugh, and Adam Cole gave him the armband of the Undisputed Era once again and says, "You deserve this back." So Undisputed Era's all good. Anyway, later on, Matt Riddle was getting his ribs taped up. Gay Garno was there, making them friends, which makes Matt Riddle an even bigger fuckwit than he already was. I'm sorry, Jaden, but it's true. You're friends with Gay Garno, don't turn on him like Tommaso Ciampa, you're a fuckwit. So they've announced NXT TakeOver 25. And they've already announced 2 matches for this, and one of them is Gay Garno versus Adam Cole, Bay for the NXT Championship. And the other one is Shayna Baszler versus Io Shirai for the Women's NXT Championship. That makes me scratch my head. I do not understand why it's not Bianca Belair. But that's just me. The main event, the Viking War Experience Raiders Experiment defeated the Street Profits by disqualification, I think it was. I don't even know if they defeated them. Unless it went to no contest. Because the Forgotten Sons interrupted and started beating up everyone. And then that was followed by Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch. And then, basically the VWERE, which is the Viking War Experience Raiders Experiment, basically just hit all their double team finishing moves on basically everyone they could get their hands on. They weren't too happy, probably because they got to stay on NXT, which is where they should be. They should be happy about that and not worried about their demotion on Raw. So I think that might tee up something else for TakeOver 25. Yeah, that's it. That's all I took from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Even NXT wasn't up to the usual standard that I set it to, but it was still better than Raw and SmackDown combined. Like I said, no Impact this week. I'll save that for next week or possibly the week after. I may be backing myself up here a bit with Impact, but that's alright. Another thing that I take from the tag team in NXT is Undisputed Era are not featuring themselves in there at all, which also makes me scratch my head. So that was, like I said, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I got a feeling I'm forgetting so much, but I don't really care, because that's what I took from it. Now let's go to have a nice piece of cake, shall we? As you know, piece of cake, get a good piece of cake, get a bad piece of cake. Get a piece of cake that you like, get a piece of cake that you hated. What did I like this week? Braun Strowman not in Money in the Bank. I'll just start right there. I don't think he should have been in there in the first place, because last year he was Mr. Monster in the Bank. That worked out really well for you. And also Bray Wyatt's Play School. That was quite entertaining as well. Like I said, go back, go watch it. Go watch it. What I hated, actually another thing, that I liked with Money in the Bank coming up this weekend. I actually went back and watched all of the Money in the Bank ladder matches, just to sort of, for my preview coming up with the lads. Just bit of stuff involved there, but just to see also what happened, because I haven't actually. There's only been a few that I had seen before watching them all, so I enjoyed watching them. I enjoy ladder matches, and when you add 7 or 8 people in one match to it, it's always good. It's always exciting. So I also enjoyed that. Didn't happen this week, but it was to do with wrestling that I watched this week, so that's allowed in there. Now, what I hated, everything, Raw and SmackDown. Well, shit. I'm just going to say it. They were shit. And Charlotte Flair having a fucking ugly mug on my TV. Just no. How I still have a TV there is beyond me. But that's why Fox still has a fast forward button, and that's why you record it so you don't watch it as it's happening, so you can fast forward through these things. And also Matt Riddle showing his true colours by being mates with Gargano. What an absolute flop. Like his stupid flip-flops. So yeah, that's all I've got for you this week. That's just how it goes. I'm sorry. But right now, don't go anywhere. I mean, why would you? You've listened this far in, you may as well listen to the rest. Right now, myself with Shit Talker Dick Walker and the Queen of Queens, the Cake Brains, previewing Money in the Bank. Yes, thanks, Cake. Thanks for that. Talking to myself there. Here with the Cake Brains to go over Money in the Bank. But it's just Cake Brain because, unfortunately, Chris, the Queen of Queens, feels that he's too good for the CNBP podcast. He's left us. Nah, he hasn't left us. He's just got the flu. Fucking big pussy. Pansy. Get well, Chris. Come back soon, please. Anyway, I'm still joined by Shit Talker Dick Walker, Jaden. Jaden, how you going, mate?
Bada boom, realest guy in the room. How you doing, mate?
Oh, yes. I'm very enthusiastic after that. Thank you.
It's good to be here again.
Oh, welcome back, mate. Welcome back. You know the drill today. We'll be going over Money in the Bank, giving our predictions for each match. I've also got Chris's predictions written down here. He was kind enough to still give his predictions, even though I don't really think he watches it anymore. Maybe on and off. But yeah, we'll go through the matches, and then we'll also go through our 3 favourite Money in the Bank ladder matches. It's been around for 13 or 14 years now, so there's been plenty of matches. Obviously, with Money in the Bank, you win the contract, you can cash in any time for a world title match. So we'll go through 3 of our favourite cash-in moments, matches, what have you, and then a couple of things as well. So what do you say, Jaden? Let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sweet. Well, it's in a couple of days. Obviously, there's 11 matches announced. Rather than say all the matches now, we'll just go match by match. The 2 matches announced for the pre-show are Tony Nese versus Daivari for the Cruiserweight Championship. Big whoop. It's Cruiserweight's not the same now that Buddy Murphy's
It's not Buddy Murphy.
No.
Who cares?
Yeah, but I got Tony Nese winning that anyway. You?
Yeah, Tony
Yeah.
Nese.
I think that's a given. The other match on the pre-show makes no sense to me, but what are you going to do? The Usos versus the Vegans, who are Daniel Bryan and Rowan, who are the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, but it's not a title match because the Usos are on Raw, Vegans are on SmackDown. Makes absolutely no sense to me.
SmackDown have no tag teams.
They don't have any tag teams, do they? Of all the teams to give it to, the former world champion. Yeah, I've got the Usos in this.
Yep. Usos.
And Chris has also got the Usos.
It's relevant anyway.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? They're going to win that and then go back and make fun of the Revival, which makes no sense. Perfect opportunity. Pay-per-view. Usos versus the Revival. Whatever. All right, let's go to the main card. First match I've got here, the United States Championship. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. And I somehow think Dominic will be involved in this match.
Yeah, his
Thoughts?
son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he will be too. And I got Joe winning it. I reckon disqualification.
Yeah, I've got Joe too. I've got Dominic helping Joe.
Really?
That's my outlandish prediction right there.
That'd be funny.
Chris has gone Rey Mysterio in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Next match, the feud that's still going. This time in a cage match, The Miz versus Shane McMahon. Chris has got The Miz. Who do you have?
Oh, I've got the Miz.
You've got The Miz. I've got McMahon.
Mm.
I've got McMahon winning the same way Kevin Owens beat Braun Strowman in the cage match, where he was on top of the cage and then Strowman threw him off the cage through the table.
So Miz throwing off.
So
Shane.
yeah, McMahon will be on top of the cage. Miz will push him off the cage through the announce table, and that's how Shane will win.
Wow.
So it'll be like Mania again, where McMahon barely wins by luck, and same thing here. And then Miz obviously will win the war. Is it lose the battle but win the war?
Yeah.
I think that's how the saying goes. Roman Reigns versus Elias. It's a bit of an interesting matchup.
Mm.
I like it. Chris has got Roman in this. I've got my man Elias. I will be walking with Elias at Money in the Bank.
I think it's about time he gets a match on a pay-per-view.
Oh, tell me about it.
In a while, I think. I've got Elias too.
You got
Can't
Elias?
go past him.
Oh, that's music to my ears. As much as I love Roman.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it's a way of keeping Roman away from being WWE champion at the moment, because eventually he will be there. He'll be the champ. Next up, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Who's in that? Natalya, Dana Brooke, Naomi, Bailey, Mandy Rose, Ember Moon, Carmella, and now Nikki Cross replacing Alexa Bliss because she's not medically cleared.
Yeah.
Even though she had a match on Raw 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with her.
Just looking at some Dana Brooke. First of all, what the fuck?
That's random.
And Nikki Cross, I guess, a way to introduce her back into whatever. But no Ruby Riott, no Liv Morgan, splitting up the Riot Squad to start off with. Don't get me started on that. No Sasha Banks. No one cares about her. Natalya, she's like, I reckon she'd be like the female Kane.
She never fucks off.
She's just always there. I think she's been in every Money in the Bank match for the women as well. There's no chance she's winning.
No.
Dana Brooke, I cannot see it happening. Carmella.
Would love to see Melo Money again. But I don't
I've
think
got a feeling there's a dance break coming. Maybe R-Truth will come out and grab the briefcase for her like Ellsworth did.
She needs to go heel again.
Yes, she does. She does. Instead of playing this stupid ditzy thin that walks around with R-Truth.
I am sick of it now.
Yeah, she needs to go back to Melo Money when she was a heel. Because she was the best when she was like that. And just constantly letting everyone know that she beat Charlotte Flair. That was the best. There's a few I could see winning.
I got Mandy, eh?
Mandy, yeah. I think that might happen. And then that'll be their way of splitting up her and Sonya
Yeah,
Deville.
for
Because
sure.
they've sort of been a bit, how you going, of late. Chris has got Mandy as well. See, out of the 8, I can see Mandy, Nikki Cross for some reason, Amber Moon, and Bailey.
I
But
reckon Sonya Deville will interfere in the match and help her win.
I think she'll interfere to help her win, but knock over the ladder accidentally.
Oh, shit.
So she might like be trying to fight someone off, and then like say Mandy and like Carmella, for argument's sake, are the only 2 standing.
Yeah.
Sonya will come in, try to fight Carmella off while Mandy's climbing the ladder, and then Carmella will push Sonya into the ladder, which will knock her off, and then Mandy will blame her.
And then they'll break it up.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm gonna go with you guys. I'm gonna go Mandy Rose as well in that one.
Sweet.
Okay, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Got Randy Orton, Andrade, Finn Balor, Ali, Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, and now Sami Zayn, because he beat Braun Strowman for his spot, which I'm actually happy about.
Pretty good match, actually.
But the names that are missing on this...
I would have loved to see Bobby Roode in there.
Robert Roode, sir. Robert Roode.
Oh, sorry. Robert
Roode. Cesaro. Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
Shinsuke and Rusev. Why not? Matt Hardy, because he's not doing anything now that Jeff's gone. Even Lars Sullivan. What a good way to introduce Lars Sullivan.
Yeah.
But yeah, Orton can do anything. Just think of all the RKOs coming off ladders and shit. Finn Balor.
That's what he's there for.
Yeah, that's right. Ricochet, Balor, Ali, and Andrade. There's a fatal 4-way ladder match right there. Even Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
And McIntyre. He's actually been in a few of these.
Yeah,
when he was the chosen one. Because I went back and watched all the ladder matches. Looking at Drew McIntyre then, looks like a 15-year-old.
He's a cat.
Like Ivy League student. And then you look at him now, it's his time. But I can't see him winning this because he doesn't need the Money in the Bank contract to do so. That's just me. Chris has gone Drew, obviously.
Yeah. You've gone on Andrade.
Yeah, I think I'm going on Andrade. Corbin's already won it. I think they gave it to him too early. This would have been the perfect time to actually give it to him.
Exactly right.
Finn Balor, IC
Perfect
champ.
character for him.
But then again, he could walk around with the belt and briefcase. Ali.
I got Sami Zayn.
Yeah. See, he's a wild card there.
Because if say Kevin Owens does win, there'd be a rivalry there for sure.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
There'd be something going on. Who knows? They could work together, anything. That's a bit of SmackDown.
Yeah, that's true.
Is Sami Zayn on SmackDown?
I don't know anymore because of this wild card rule.
Oh, that's fucked.
So I think he is on Raw.
I think
he's on Raw. So yeah, I'm going on Andrade in this one. You?
I'm going.
Sami Zayn. Oh, very nice. Just as you were speaking of that, Kevin Owens versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. I'm going Kevin Owens all the way.
Ooh.
Kofi's had his time. He's defended it twice in big matchups on Raw and SmackDown. So, yep, you've had your moment. You've had your Mania moment. Now, bye-bye. Kevin Owens is winning. Big E's going to come out and cost Kofi the title.
Wow.
Imagine that tag team.
You've heard
Big
here.
E and the Big O.
Tag team name. Massive.
Oh, they'd be the
Massive letters.
yeah, no, the way tag team names are going these days, they'd be the Big Experience.
Because why not? The big Viking experience.
The Big EKO Experience Raiders.
Oh,
Nah, I'm going KO.
yeah. I've got
Yeah.
Kofi just like one more time at a pay-per-view because I reckon there's a hole in that. What's the next pay-per-view?
Super Showdown.
Yeah, I reckon I
in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Super Showdown is an Australian pay-per-view. Thank you very much, WWE. Thanks for ruining my October. So you're going Kofi?
Yeah, Kofi.
Chris is going Kofi in that as well. All right. Now time to get to my favourite female wrestler in the biz, Becky Two Belts. Champ. Whatever else she needs to say to feel that she can get herself over.
Feel like Conor McGregor.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's Irish as well. God damn it. I never thought of that. So the first one I've got here is Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's Championship. Chris is going Lynch. I'm going Evans. Fuck Becky Lynch. She's gone cold.
Wow. She actually has gone full-on cold.
And like I said after Mania, it's all because of Kofi Kingston.
It is.
Everyone still loves Kofi, but when you say, oh, the man, like, oh, where? Who? Oh, it's her. Like, they don't even chant along to a song anymore.
No.
So, I'd love to see Lacey Evans win it.
That'd be a way to introduce someone.
Yeah. Especially since Lacey's gone after her.
I know. Like, you say last Sullivan came in and just like did so he went for who knows Kofi. I think Kevin Owens was out of the picture.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a good way to get someone in. I've gone Becky.
Yeah. The wannabe man.
Yeah, I've gone Becky.
And then straight after that, he can only hope she'll be defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Ric Flair's daughter. Yeah. I've gone with Chris here and saying I don't give a fuck. I saw this match too many times last year.
Oh my god! How many times?
Don't care about it.
Fucking match.
It'll be like the Mania main event. I'm pretty sure I won't watch the match, but it won't be on last, so I'll have to hit fast forward because I won't be watching it live. That's for sure. It'll interfere with my NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Are you making it the trifecta of?
I am. No, I'm gonna give a prediction.
Okay.
Just because it's not gonna be a boring one.
Someone needs to give a prediction, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm on here for.
Yeah,
predictions.
Yeah, that's right.
I went Lynch, but DQ. Lacey Evans comes in and beats her up.
Oh yeah.
After her,
actually,
match,
I could see that happening before. Actually, I reckon you're onto something there. Because I think I do think they will be back to back.
Yeah, they will.
But I can see. So say if this match is on first, I can see Lacey Evans coming out, beating up Becky to weaken her
for her match.
Yeah. But then they'll make Lynch the underdog and make her win.
Yeah.
So
that's right. Yeah, something could happen like that.
Damn, I've just upset myself. But no, I can see that happening. But even if Lacey and Becky's on first, then again, if Lynch wins, then you can see Evans beating her up. Frustration.
I reckon Evans will beat Lynch eventually for that championship.
I think it's already in the works.
Yeah.
And then the last match The first time in WWE this match is happening. It's happened elsewhere years ago, somewhere down in the Indies, back before the Indies were as big as they are now. Seth Rollins defending his Universal Championship against AJ Styles. Monday Night Rollins versus SmackDown, the house that AJ Styles built. God. I'm going Rollins. I'm going Rollins.
Same.
Yeah.
Seth.
Yeah. Chris has gone AJ.
Ooh.
That was a bit of a surprise. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, how quick did he go to the top of SmackDown when he finally got in the title picture? Because he held that belt for a year twice.
Ages.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Look, I'm just trying to get him in the record book as much as possible.
But then again, I mean, they built up Seth for so long to finally, to beat Lesnar.
Yeah, I don't see him losing. It'll be him against Drew McIntyre.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, we've spoke about this many times.
Oh, too many times. And we're just going to keep talking about it till it happens.
Fucking needs to happen.
So, yeah, that's it. So, you've gone Seth. I've gone Seth. Chris has gone AJ. So, yeah. What do you think of the card? What do you think of the matches?
I'm not going to lie. It's a decent card. But some of them just I don't know at the moment. It's not really intriguing me as much as it should be.
I'm the same. I mean, Seth Rollins.
The Miz is on the same card as Elias. To my favourite wrestlers. And I'm not even that intrigued.
Yeah, the Miz needs to get out of this Shane McMahon thing. Yeah. Shane McMahon's already had his one match of the year. That should be enough. And he had a match on SmackDown. So he's already had 2 matches this year. So, yeah, like I said, Shane's going through the table and he'll be out for eternity until Mania next year. Oh, then again, he'll probably end up wrestling in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
he'll wrestle Roman Reigns.
There's a handicap match announced for that.
Yeah. I actually thought Shane was going to put the tag team titles on him and Elias.
I know. I wish.
But then again, I'll be like, nah, because Elias needs to win.
Elias can't win that way.
Not get handed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the same. I mean, the matches, they look good on paper, but you know Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio is getting more than a minute this time. For sure. But yeah, it's just not that entire. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles should be a match that's just oh, fuck yes.
If you told me that a couple of years ago, I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
About even 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. On the matches, is there a match that you're looking forward to most to see?
Yeah, the women's Money in the Bank. It's pretty random, but I also want to see who wins and how it goes. Because say Mandy does win, she'll end up winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And it'll just be good to see the rivalry that happens because I reckon whoever wins the briefcase or whatever, the contract, there will be a rivalry before they get to the title picture.
Yeah. Well, and there's already a rivalry teed up with her if she wins with Sonya.
Yeah, so I think that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I've gone Reigns and Elias, just because been high on Elias since day one. And
what a guy.
WWE, mate. What's it stand for? This is
Walk with a lie.
Everyone knows it. He knows it. It's just
the universal truth.
It is universal truth. It's universal fact. But yeah, he's got to win. And he needs... I mean, he's with the McMahons on TV, so surely... I mean, it's not just a storyline, him being the greatest acquisition in SmackDown Live history. It's the truth. It's a fact. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that match for obvious reasons. Obviously, with Elias and... Yeah. Because, you know, one of these days, I'm going to be on here talking about Elias, and I'm just going to snap about everything. I hope we get a good concert as well. Oh, but then again, it'll get interrupted. So, actually, I saw this video because they're in England. He was playing Wonderwall on the guitar, and Finn Balor was singing. And then when they got into the chorus, Finn Balor was like singing to the crowd, and Elias just got up and smacked him with the guitar. Fuck, it was funny. I'm like, what's going on here? This is not right. Elias is a heel, and then he just belted him. I'm like, there we go. There he is.
He's a good heel.
He's a great heel. And the crowd still loves him. It doesn't matter. It's like The Miz. Yeah. The Miz is a heel. Like, they still just chant a lot. They love the chants.
Yeah, it is. And they're good on the mic.
Oh, they're great on the mic.
The Miz is one of the best.
Definitely.
All time.
Without a doubt. All right, let's go into our favourite 3 Money in the Bank ladder matches. I'll go through Chris's first. He's got WrestleMania 21, which was the first one, where Edge won. That was the turning point in his career for sure. Last year's Money in the Bank ladder match, where Strowman won. Dare say that's why that's in there.
just Strowman won.
Strowman. I remember I watched that with him, and as soon as Strowman grabbed the briefcase, I fucking threw the biggest fit, blowing up, saying, "This is fucked. This is fucked." And then he's also gone. I think it was WrestleMania 24, where CM Punk won. I think that was the first one that he won.
Yeah, he won the year after.
Yeah, that's right, because he went back to back. Only man to do so. All right, I'll do mine, and I'll get yours off here. I've gone the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match from 2010, where the Miz won.
The Miz.
But I didn't. Not because the Miz won that. That match in general. I thought it was a good match.
Who was in that? Orton, Jericho, Edge.
Yeah, Orton, Jericho, Edge.
Evan Bourne.
Yeah, Evan Bourne.
John Morrison. Mark Henry.
Yeah, Mark Henry and DiBiase.
Yeah. That was a good match. I got that one down on mine too. Is that your third one?
That's one of them, yeah. Yeah, that'd probably be my third. Second would be the first one, Mania 21.
Yeah.
With Edge. And then my favourite would be 2012, which was, I think it was SmackDown. The one where Ziggler won, with Cody Rhodes, or you can only say Cody these days. Damian Sandow, Christian, Tyson Kidd, Sin Cara, Tensai, and Santino Marella. I don't know why the fuck I've got that in there.
Because Ziggler.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like that. Just, all the shit they do in the ring. It's crazy. What about you?
3, I got Dolph Ziggler, that same one. And 2, I got The Miz, 2010, Raw. And 1, I can't go past 2017, Women's, Carmella, with James Ellsworth.
Which one? On Money in the Bank or SmackDown?
The first one. On Money in the Bank.
The first one.
Yes, when she defeated Becky, Flair, Natalya, and Tamina.
Yeah. There you go. I've also got to put a special mention in for Mania 22. Just because Ric Flair. Just because of Ric Flair. When Matt Hardy suplexed him off the top of the ladder, Flair landed, and he was just going, "Oh my God." You can't go wrong with Ric Flair. All right, now, obviously cash-ins. We'll go Chris's 3. He's got Edge, that New Year's resolution 2006 when he cashed in on John Cena after the Elimination Chamber. Then he's gone Edge again the year after on SmackDown. This is after he beat Mr. Kennedy. I think a couple of days before on Raw. And then he cashed in on The Undertaker, which set up quite the rivalry there. And then Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31 cashing in between the match, obviously, of Lesnar and Roman Reigns. What about you?
3, I got Daniel Bryan 2011 on the Big Show. If I think it was Raw, it was about a 3-second match. Big Show just had a match against Mark Henry, I think. The ring was fucked, everything, and he came in just quickly pinned.
Back when he looked like a nerd.
2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 2, I got Jack Swagger 2010 on SmackDown
Jericho?
against Jericho to win his first championship. And number 1, can't go past The Miz on Randy Orton 2010 on Raw.
Because of that girl's face in the crowd.
Fuck, I love that. Oh, fuck, I love Alex Riley too.
A-Rod, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Mate, I've gone Rollins on Lesnar and Roman at Mania 31. Just that's probably like the best cash-in there's ever been. Not my favourite, but I've got it up there for that reason. I got Ziggler on Del Rio. That was on Raw. I think it was 2013. And then favourite has to be Orton on Daniel Bryan. SummerSlam after Bryan had beat Cena. Triple H is celebrating with him. Orton's music hits.
Out comes Orton.
And then Triple H just hits him with the pedigree and they start the authority. Alrighty. Now, what about someone who's been in the match that you wish had won?
Straight up, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just something to go straight Jeff Hardy. You know, always how good he is off ladders and stuff, and he hasn't even won a Money in the Bank. Been in the few, I think he's been in 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think so.
And he hasn't. Yeah, and he hasn't won. So, yeah.
I've gone Christian. I can't go past Christian.
He has been.
He's up there. I think he's.
Him and Jericho, I think they're up
5
there.
or 6. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I watched them last weekend, and every single time he was in the match, I was still cheering for him. Like, even though I knew who had won the match, I'm still going, go Christian, go Christian. Because I wish he had won one of them. Chris went Jericho on that. I think he said Jericho for sure. Could you just imagine if Jericho had won? Briefcase, that would have been awesome. All right, now I've got a little quiz for you. Actually,
Quiz.
On, the Money in the Bank ladder matches.
Oh,
Just men only. So close Wikipedia if you're on it.
I'll close it. Also means open it right now.
There you go. What have I got here? I've got actually a few of them you just mentioned. So I already know you got a couple right here. I think I got 10 questions here. So I'll start with the first one. Who held the briefcase for the longest? So I'll give you 4 names here and tell me who you think. Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, Edge, or Alberto Del Rio?
Oh, I think he's had an Edge at Alberto. I'm going to go Edge.
Yeah, Edge held it the longest, 280 days. And you said him or Alberto Del Rio? Yeah, Del Rio only held it for 28 days. So lucky you didn't go there. All right. Who hasn't been in a Money in the Bank ladder match? Heath Slater, JBL, Tyson Kidd, or Tensai?
Who was the first one?
Heath Slater.
I'm going to go fucking JBL, mate.
Yeah, that's right. Correct. 2 from 2. All right.
I remember Heath Slater. I think he's been in 1.
Some of the names that have actually been in there. Fandango, Sin Cara.
Sandow
He's been in a couple
winning.
and winning. Don't get me started on that, please. Well, maybe you can after this. All right. Okay. Who has been in the most Money in the Bank ladder matches?
Oh,
Orton, Kofi,
okay.
Ziggler, Jericho.
Is it? It's not tied, is it?
It is tied, but I've only got one of them.
Jericho.
Oh, stumped you, mate. I stumped you. Kofi Kingston, believe it or not.
Kofi,
He's been in 7.
Okay. Yeah, he's never won
So
one.
has Kane. Kane's been in 7 as well.
Yeah.
All right, this.
I was waiting to hear Kane. I knew he was
Yeah,
the
I
most.
thought I'm like, oh, do I put him? I'm like, no, I'll put Kofi in. WWE champion. You won't see it coming. All right, this is instead of 4 options, I've only got 2 here. This is for the men, obviously. Who cashed in quicker, Kane or Dean Ambrose? Because they both cashed in on the same night.
I'm going to say Kane.
Yeah. 49 minutes, according to my sources on Wikipedia. Ambrose.
Was that 2010 Kane won?
I think it was, yeah. I think he won the same year as The Miz.
There was 3 winners in 2010, I think. Swagger, Kane.
Yeah, because Swagger won it at WrestleMania. And then they gave him the pay-per-view. Kane, 49 minutes. Ambrose, 57. And I think when Ambrose cashed in, all 3 members of The Shield held the WWE Championship that night.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of The Shield, who has been in the most Money in the Bank ladder matches? Rollins, Ambrose, or Roman?
Dean.
Yeah. He's on fire here. He's on fire.
I love my Money in the Bank, mate.
It's because you just spent your whole time on Wikipedia. All right. This is probably too easy. Yeah, probably would. I don't even know why I'm saying this. We just mentioned all this. Who hasn't won the Money in the Bank ladder match? Damien Sandow, Roman Reigns, Baron Corbin, Mr. Kennedy.
The second one. I don't remember who was. Who you said? Go through them again.
Damien Sandow, Roman Reigns, Baron Corbin,
Roman Reigns,
Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy. I remember when he won it. He was one of the first ones. Mr. Kennedy.
Second one, third one.
Third one. Mr.
So you going Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah. No, I'm not Mr. Kennedy.
Almost got you. You know who that one is, don't you?
Roman.
Yeah. Okay. Again, we spoke about this before. Hopefully your memory's a bit.
It could be. I'm a bit tired.
Who wasn't in the first Money in the Bank ladder match? Shelton Benjamin, Chris Benoit, Finlay, or Christian?
Was it Finlay?
Got it again. Good stuff. Killing me here. What a shit.
He was in one,
Yeah,
though, wasn't he?
He was in it. He was in
WrestleMania. Yeah, it was just random.
And he also had Hornswoggle come help him with his little step ladder. So how you going here? 2, 4, 5, 6,
I got 1
7.
wrong.
So you're 6 from 7. Like my multis. Who did CM Punk cash in on the second time? Edge, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, Undertaker.
I'm going to say Edge.
No. It's Jeff Hardy. The second time. I think it was at Extreme Rules after Hardy and Edge had the ladder match.
Oh, shit.
There we go. Got ya. Righty.
6 from 8.
Okay. Who has been cashed in on the most as champion? John Cena, Edge, CM Punk, The Undertaker.
I'm going to say Cena.
Yeah, Cena. 3 times. Edge. Sandow cashed in on him.
And I can't remember who the last one was. Fuck. Shut up. But yeah, he's been cashed in on 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we need Wikipedia for that. And you already spoke about this. I don't even know why I'm asking, but who did Daniel Bryan cash in on? Do I even need to go through the options?
Mate,
The
the
Big
Big
Show.
Show.
Not bad, mate. 8 from 10.
And it was 3 seconds. Yeah,
8
not
from
bad.
10. I think.
Bit rusty,
Yeah,
but
actually, the amount of time you answered that question was about the length of the match. All right.
as soon as Brian ran in there, threw the case and just ran straight onto the Big Show. Just dived on him.
There we go. 8 from 10. There we go. Anyone out there, don't let me do quizzes for you because they're too fucking easy. To be fair, I whipped that up like 10 minutes before we came on here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or maybe a bit longer, you never know. I was actually posting on Instagram before just to see, what the followers think.
The fans.
Yeah, the fans, I guess you could call them that. What they think. What maybe like I said, what's your predictions for Money in the Bank? Some fucking clown out there responded with Vinnie Mac. Vinnie Mac for what? What an idiot. Who is this guy? The Cake Champion.
Really?
Fucking some troll out there. Wow. Vinnie Mac. That's a legit thing. I'm gonna share that response right now just so everyone knows. There you go. I'll put a picture of the super dry. There you go. Take the snap and story. Look, there we go. I just posted an Instagram thing while doing this. We can do it all. And also posted it just, in general. Same thing. And the fucking marks out there just like it. It says
When it says comment,
who's got any money in the bank match predictions? Let's see them. Yeah, I'll just like that. Fucking marks. I'm after you. Yeah. Oh, they're following as well. POWrestling.info and WWE Raw tickets, Instagram. Bunch of marks. Yeah, you've just been caught out. I think we're going to have to shut down the podcast now, Jaden. I'm fucked. I think that's it. Unless you've got anything you'd like to say.
yeah, before we go, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view 2011.
2011.
Main event, John Cena, CM Punk.
Oh,
My favourite match of all time.
no.
It's up there, one of the best matches of all time. What a match. I think, did it go for 40 minutes? Do you know off the top of your head? You probably don't.
It was at least half an hour.
It
was in Chicago as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
The crowd. The crowd when he came out was absolutely ballistic.
Oh. The whole match I was chanting that shit.
Oh, yeah, it's a great match. It's up there for me as well.
And Cena got fired because he didn't
win
the
right.
title.
That's right, because
and McMahon came out to do anything to make him win.
he came out with Johnny Laryngitis. Tried to do the screw job once again, and then Cena went out and smacked him in the face and said, "No, the man's going to fight.
You're going to do it properly."
And then came in, go to sleep.
CM Punk left with the title.
Through the crowd straight into his motorhome, his bus, and put the title in the fridge. He had to sign a 3-day extension to do that match because his contract.
So yeah, I don't understand what actually happened.
His contract actually ran out on the Thursday,
a couple of days before,
and he was dead set leaving, and re-signed while the pay-per-view was on. Yeah, have you seen the CM Punk Best in the World documentary?
Not all of it. I've seen.
You've got to watch it. It's great.
I haven't.
I mean,
so he talks about it.
Yeah, he talks about it. Yeah, people think that I actually hate CM Punk because I just say whatever I feel about him, but I actually like him.
Yeah, I just don't think he's
relevant anymore.
Which is
I
right.
think
He isn't.
people need to get their hands off their dicks talking about CM Punk because it's just, I don't know. I mean,
He's not coming back.
on Facebook, like about a month or so ago, something came up on a wrestling page and it was about CM Punk, and I just commented because I've seen like 10,000 things of it. It was before he did that run-in at that show.
Oh.
And I just wrote, no one cares. And then some dude replied saying, well, obviously you do to do this stupid comment. And I told him, why don't you go back and have a wank to the pipe bomb, you fucking mark? And didn't respond. So, but people live in the past of the pipe bomb is one of the best promos.
That's just what wrestling is, really. Living in the past. Oh,
the pipe bomb was one of the best things ever. That was also what made him just go even higher. And then, putting the belt on him. It's sort of like the Kofi thing. Everyone wanted it. Because he had been a 3-time champion before then, or a 2-time champion.
No one ever really cared, though.
Mate, I didn't care for him when he had long hair. That's for sure. But then when he sort of...
Purple Age Society, what they call it, Straight Age Society.
But then that was good when he did all that, because that was actually him. That's what he wanted to do.
But when he shaved his head...
shaved his head because he lost... I think it was a mask versus hair match against Ray. I still like him. I just don't think he's relevant. But all his stuff back then, 2011, 2012, for sure. Why he had to lose the title to The Rock, I will never know. Why his match against Undertaker at WrestleMania was not the main event, I will never know. But what are you going to do? But without doubt, for sure, one of the greatest matches in history.
Yeah, that's what is relevant.
Definitely one of the, definitely the best match in Money in the Bank, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
For sure.
He's just, get over him. But come on, everyone. Focus on the wrestlers today. They're all marking out, CM Punk's going to show up at AEW. What's he going to do? He hasn't wrestled in 5 fucking years. Well, what are you going to do? What have I got? Have I got anything else left to say? Just apart from the fact that Damien Sandow winning a Money in the Bank ladder match is beyond me.
I would have loved to see Elias in that match.
Think of the concerts. He would have given himself a parade. It would have been Woodstock with Elias. Oh, that's still WWE as well. Yeah. Please don't get me started on Elias. I'm even wearing my Elias shirt, so I'll be wearing it on Monday as well. After I wear my Bucks jersey because the Bucks are playing on Monday. So Bucks Raptors, be there. Playoffs.
I'll see you there.
I'll see you there. I'll see you in Toronto. I think that's it. Unless we give Chris a call. That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
He wouldn't be very happy with this.
I'd probably have to get a sensor on this, even though we probably already need one. Anything else to add?
No. I think that was
Sweet.
good.
Why don't you let everyone know where they can find us?
Yes. All right. You guys know where to find us on Facebook, Circles and Blunt Pencils, on Instagram at Circles and Blunt Pencils Podcast, on Twitter. What's the Twitter?
You know what? I don't even know. It's probably like CM Punk right now. It's irrelevant because no one sends me any tweets. Is that what you call them? Twits on Twitter?
Tweets.
Twitter? As you said, basically Facebook, Instagram, also YouTube. Because we're on there. That's how you're listening to this. Hit subscribe. Subscribe.
And also the hashtag CNBP.
That's right. Hashtag us. Just don't twit us. All right. Thank you, Jaden. Thank you.
He's Jaden, shit talker Dick Walker. I'm Cake Champion for the Circles and Blunt Pencils podcast. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.